Welcome back. The Bareback Podcast. What the fuck you doing? I'm your host. I got a guest with me here tonight. Forever, Jamila, a recurring guest. And we're gonna shoot the breeze, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things been happening. They arrested Trump. You know what I mean? Hold on, nigga. Wait. You know what I mean? They arrested Trump. Then they kept the guy from motherfucking Cash App. Central digital banking is on the rise. China taking over. You stopped it. This nigga is always fucking it up. Anyway.
What happened?
This nigga crazy. Anyway, so we're recording. What up, Jamila?
What's good?
So, we were talking about what? You were talking about Trump?
Yeah. Like,
so, are you a Trump supporter?
I am a Trump supporter. I grew to become that. Yes, I have.
So, what is that? So, what changed your mind, man? Are you mammying? You being a mammy?
You know, you have to get to know people for yourself. And you have to have discernment. Your level of understanding of things needs to be at a graduated level. That's what God says. He says...
There you go. No. Just tell me what did Trump do to
I mean, listen, what I'm saying is in the beginning, I get it. And, you know, when he was... It seemed like he was coming at blacks or African Americans. Okay, we got DJ in the back. But it seemed like he was coming at blacks and African Americans and minorities.
What you mean? It seemed like he's coming after black African Americans. What you mean?
He came off. People would say that he was being a bigot and like offensive or racist.
Historically, his establishment did discriminate against black people in the 70s.
Okay, exactly, and that's history. And you can't. A child is not at fault for what a parent does all the time. So you have to judge that person.
So you saying he was a child when he was racist?
I'm just saying the sins of his father.
No, his father. First of all, his father was KKK.
I understand that.
But we're talking about Trump.
But I feel like what happened, you know, what his father represented has fell upon him, and he does not represent that.
So you don't think he's a racist?
Correct. I do not.
So what do you feel about him?
I feel that he's brutally honest, so much that it can be offensive. But I feel that people like you and me maybe in a lighter way, are similar. Like you might say, Jamila, you looking fat right now. you know, and I could be upset and go, Bareback Podcast owner is rude. He's disrespectful. I don't want to.
So he's blunt. He's honest.
He's blunt.
I'm kind of like that.
Honest, and he's saying things that people need to adhere to in order to better themselves.
But check it though. By default, he is a racist by default.
I don't know him to be a racist.
See, but let's define racism though. What is racism?
Racism is when a culture or a body of people has the ability to oppress. The ability to oppress. Because I feel that racist by definition is a body of people or a culture that can oppress another. So as of right now,
by him not letting people in his establishment, is that not oppressing people?
Him not letting people.
By him not letting black people, 1980s or 70s, by him not letting black people in to his establishment to rent rooms or apartments, was that not being racist?
Okay, so are we putting that directly on him, or was that some of his employees?
I don't know. A good question.
Exactly.
Good question. So let me ask you this though. So you think people could be racist and not be racist? You think they could grow out of racism?
I think that people can grow out of racism, absolutely. And people, the same way people can grow out of oppression.
So let me ask you this. Do white people have the preference to say, I don't like black people without being racist?
Absolutely not.
Hold on, think about it. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with white people, right?
Yeah.
White dudes. Some of them going, yeah, we cool and all, but I wouldn't date a black woman. Is that racist? I wouldn't I'll fuck a black woman, but I wouldn't bring her home. Is that racist?
No, I don't think that's racist.
Is that preference? It's kind of racist.
I think that's preference. I mean, he doesn't feel that he has enough maybe understanding to deal with that type of woman.
This is not part of his culture. The thing is, what we're describing is not really. I'm gonna tell you why he's racist. I'm gonna tell you why all white people are racist.
Why you feel that Trump is racist?
No, I don't feel. This is why he's racist. This is why
all white people are not racist.
All white people are not bigots. They're all racist.
They're not all racist. But go ahead.
They're all racist. They're not all bigots. The difference between a bigot and a racist is, a bigot is a person who constantly want to harm somebody or say slurs and shit. That's just a bigot. He's an idiot. He's ignorant. But a racist is just a person who upholds a system and benefits from a system. The whole system of the United States of America is based on racism. The root of it is racism. It's slavery. It's free labor. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm repeating myself again.
No.
But the whole establishment from the judicial, from the courts, from the courts to the infrastructure to the businesses, like everything about America is racist. I
feel like it becomes racism when you negatively take part in the overall
even positively even passively. You're still racist.
Okay, you pass. Yeah, I
check
agree.
it out. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you an example. Mm-hmm. When the government gave white people free land, right? And they accepted it. That was them benefiting from racism.
Right.
When America economy was built on slavery and whites come here or immigrants come here and get jobs, those dollars represent our slave blood and equity and things we did in the past. Like the whole economy. I mean, inflation, land, and gold all play a part too. But originally, when the settlers came here, they was all poor. They had no wealth. There was nothing. I mean, and this is a funny thing about white people. They have a bad thing about setting out stereotypes and tropes that really represents them. They deflect real good. Like they'll call you something that they really are. They said we was like, cocaine made blacks want to attack white women and made marijuana. The same thing with marijuana. Marijuana and cocaine is legal because they said that the drugs induce black men to be sexual deviants. And the reality of it is they was raping black women the whole time.
Way ahead of time.
When they made it illegal to rape, black men and women. So technically they're sexual deviants. And they'll say that we was lazy. How could a slave be lazy? They didn't work during slavery. Blacks did the work. We did all the infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if the system is racism and you participate in the system, by default, you are racist too. I mean, you're not a hardcore racist. You're not extreme. Okay. I hate you racist.
I have a revelation, that goes along with this. So that's like saying every man is a male chauvinist because men have, right?
What you mean by male chauvinist? No, I'm saying what you mean by male chauvinist.
Okay, I'm saying like in order to say that all white people are racist, is like saying all men are male chauvinists.
But define chauvinist for me though.
Define chauvinist meaning negatively exercising your power.
You mean misogynist?
No, a male chauvinist is a man that negatively exercises his power over women. He doesn't really respect women. He doesn't honor them.
A misogynist.
Okay, fine. Yes.
I mean, by default.
But wait. So what I'm saying is all men are not like that. So there are some men, right? They're gonna still. I know I live in a world where men still treat me with respect and love and kindness. So they still hold the doors for you. There are men who are gonna take care of you and your family and love you and uplift you. So that's each man's choice as an individual. So that's why I can't say all of the men are misogynists because I have to treat each one according to how he operates and how he moves.
Let me ask you this. So misogynist or chauvinist, right? Is that good or bad for women?
I mean, listen, it's bad.
How is it bad? So first of all, are you a feminist?
I wouldn't consider myself that.
Because you better get into a feminist talking point. But go ahead.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about
men are not chauvinists. So women.
A woman who fears the Lord should be praised. All women deserve to be treated with love and respect and kindness. I don't care if she's
and dominance.
Huh?
And dominance, though.
What do you mean, and dominance?
Men,
you mean a man
love, respect, and dominance.
Okay, well, that comes with the territory automatically. That's where racism comes in because white are automatically at another.
Hold on. Misogynist and chauvinist comes with testosterone in the men to rule, to dominate.
Racism comes with the color of your skin.
Hold on. Let's calm down. You believe in the Bible, and the Bible said God dominate man, man dominate woman, and women dominate child, right?
Right.
Chauvinism is a good thing to a degree. It's all about degrees because it's about toxicity. What you mean is toxic masculinity? No, I'm not toxic. No, that's what it's no such thing as toxic masculinity. It's called toxic. Mm-hmm. Toxic people, but chauvinists are not just toxic people.
Right.
So toxic misogyny is just toxic. But proper misogyny is a man giving you guidance, direction, and discipline.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Properly operating in his authority, his God-given authority.
And within your best interest.
Yes.
So when a man tells you certain things, you might be like, I don't want to do that, you want this, but it's usually for your own good. Like your husband, for example. Not saying your husband is an example. When you wearing something, remember, you take that off. Like, nah, I want to take it off because I'm going to have to fight and defend you. Like, I want to avoid the headache. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When a man tell you, don't go to school for sociology, go to school to be a doctor or something that's going to give you a trade of instant money and not damage your credit or something. I mean, this example. That is called taking a leadership. Chauvinism is leadership. It's a leadership. All men has that, and that's a part of our nature. Racism is different. Difference is racism is one group of people dominating all people, but specifically benefiting off one group of people. It's a caste system in America called black and white. And in between, white, it just means access to the privileges. Black means locked out of the privilege. Right. So that's all that is. So you're saying I'm right. So you must agree to me that chauvinism in men is like the same as racism in white people.
No, but it relates because each person has a choice of how they're gonna operate. It also comes with a mindset. So if I don't have a mindset of racism or in that my chauvinistic somewhat approach, if I'm thinking about the benefit of that woman. Say if I'm a man, right? I'm her leader, I'm her husband or whatever, and I'm actually thinking for her benefit, that's not in the end or our benefit together. So that's different, but there are some white people, is what I'm saying, who also think with an end outcome of a benefit for African Americans, Black Americans, minority Americans, as well as themselves. They're not lording with that, with their skin color. I'm just saying.
What you mean, like there's some people who empathize with us?
Absolutely.
I mean, there was a abolitionist.
And they don't like to be considered racist.
No, there was some abolitionists that existed to a degree. But they believe, even though some believed in that blacks shouldn't be slaves, they still believe that they still believe that they should be second class citizens. Like for example, Abraham Lincoln.
Again, you said degrees.
I mean it's degrees and exceptions, but who are the exceptions? Nick, can you name some?
What? Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump is a racist. But it's cool because
how is he a racist?
Because Donald Trump benefits from racism.
Donald Trump benefits from
he benefits
lineage. Like he benefits
his
anyway.
Lineage is.
He doesn't need to do anything to go against black people in order to
his lineage is based on racism.
It's based on it. So there's nothing he needed to do. There's no feeling. He doesn't need to be
his father was a Klan member.
Okay, but Donald Trump doesn't need to go against anyone.
Father was a snake oil salesman.
I understand that, but Donald Trump is not his father.
He's not his father, but he is his father. He's a continuation of his father. For example, Bill Gates. Hold on. Bill Gates. No, Bill Gates' father wasn't. Know what he did? Do you know? What? Bill Gates' father was the president or the chairman of eugenics, Planned Parenthood. You know what that is?
Yes, a very terrible company established to promote genocide.
So what is Bill Gates to you?
Community.
What is Bill Gates?
Not somebody I look up to.
But what is he? What does he do?
Promote genocide.
Exactly. Exactly. My father was a criminal. Most men admire their fathers and believe in their father ideologies.
True.
Good fathers. I believe Trump loved his father. He never went against his father.
You're saying he never went against his father, but even today, the certain moves that he's making is it's for the betterment of everybody, and I can see that.
What is he doing so great to you?
He's trying to
like what?
He's just being honest. He's just being honest.
What have he done personally that benefited black people? What has he done for black people?
Changed the prison reform and allowed people to come out of jail.
Who? Rappers?
It doesn't matter. So what?
He didn't free no Panthers.
Well, they should start.
No. He didn't free no black leaders. He freed entertainers. These are jokes. He freed the jokes. Okay. Lil Wayne is a joke. Lil fucking, is that a black nigga name?
See, those are your opinions.
No, these are not opinions.
Well, you feel that
I don't do opinions. I don't do feelings.
All right.
Entertainers are jokes. They're called gestures.
Listen, what I would say is there are music artists who can make better choices with messages that they're putting out. Absolutely.
Look, think about Lil Wayne influence on hip hop and on children today. Think about it. Think about his influence.
Right.
Lean, tattoos, talking stupid, and this silly shit.
Falsification of reality.
None about him is a leader or masculine. Lil Wayne is feminine. He's real small. He's real like Whoopi Goldberg. He's a real little man. You know what I'm saying? He does drugs. Drugs in the form of lean. It was like an opium. It's dependent. He almost died from it. Everybody's doing. He made it real popular. He made it popular to gangbang. He made Bloods popular. This nigga, he's a form of genocide. And see, genocide,
Degrees,
it's different types of warfare. He plays a part in mental warfare. True. So let me ask you something, right?
Absolutely true.
Let me ask you something. I'll get back to Trump. I'll get back to Trump though. But so this Lil Wayne gave me an idea. In Africa, how did they treat you in Africa when you went to spread the colonization? That's what you went for. You went to spread colonization.
Yeah, I went. They treated me like a queen. They definitely wanted me to let everybody know that they do not hate us. They just want us African Americans to come and visit and, you know, come and see for yourself. That is the message I got. I feel like they treated me like somebody lied to you to tell you that you're not welcome here, right? And
I believe that.
We don't love y'all, and we need to be together. And
first of all,
so that's how they treat me.
Where'd you go? What Africa you went to?
I went to Uganda.
I don't think we didn't come from Uganda though. What's that? Uganda, East Africa?
East Africa, right?
See, we came from
Lake
West
Victoria.
Africa. So I can see why they saying that. Like we love you, because they have nothing to do with the trade slave. I'm saying they didn't like the homie tribe, like the Yoruba, Igbo, and all them. Like they
Uganda is almost slightly like.
Where's that by? Is that by Kenya? Where's that at?
All I know it's in East Africa. It's by Lake Victoria, so it's
Lake
one
Victoria?
of 88 islands. Yeah, it's the biggest
Lake Victoria
in the world, I believe. Yeah.
All right, check it out though. So what I'm saying. So let me ask you this though. So it's kind of a division online. It's supposed to be only online. It's
online.
It's a division. It's division online.
Right.
But
I feel like it was another thing created by TV.
No. Yo, I'm getting to that. So the image. See, we never really met Africans deal with Africans directly. We never met them. So all we saw from them was, you know, feed the children. They was hungry. They was starving. There was slums. She showed us the poorest part of Africa. And in return, they showed them the gang banging, the Nino Browns, the people getting shot by the police, slavery. You know what I'm saying? So that. Like I'm saying, like it's mental warfare. Right. So the media played a part in dividing us again. I'm not Pan-African. I'm not a Pan-Africanist. I'm a Black American first. But I do support a one Africa. I want Africa to unite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, people don't think, like, see, people are instigating a diaspora war. I talk about that's what they too. A diaspora war where blacks we're divided. And some people are divided. That's just natural. In any group.
And they started mentally.
Even amongst ourselves, we're divided. So that's not enough reason for me to hate or Africans or immigrants. You know, I do don't like the ones who come in for our heads though, who act like we ain't the sauce. Like we the sauce.
Right. Like, we're necessary.
Like we the sauce.
Very necessary. Like
I think out of the whole Africa diaspora, I think we was put into a position that we had to think a little harder. So that's where these inventions came from. That's where all the innovations come from. That's where the originality come from. As opposed to them, they just had, you know, more freedom. Even though those colonized, they had more freedom than us. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I indulge in the negative shit too. I indulge in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I indulge in the bullshit. Because there are some musky ass African niggas. There are some stink motherfuckers.
You know what? They don't really use deodorant. I don't even know if I saw deodorant in the store there.
But my thing is, I get why Africans, not even keeping for Africans, I get why they say, when you go to America, don't hang around them, because all you see is colors, New Jack City.
They said, they tell them when they go to America, don't hang around us. So that's what's really crazy is that I didn't feel comfortable, and I just thank God for traveling to Africa, because I would have never just on a regular day just woke up to like a group of Africans in America and feel comfortable with saying hi.
A group of Africans?
Yeah.
Because they're pre-programmed to act a certain way.
Right. It worked. They brought that division. But when I came back from Africa, when I saw groups of, you know, different people, African men and women, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And then it was just like the ice just completely broke. And it was crazy. It was amazing.
I mean, some things culturally are never going to change. You know what I mean? But out of all Africans, we are the most accepted people. Like they can move amongst us. They could come around us. We won't harm them. But this is the thing. A lot of Africans who here, they come here and they came in the 80s and shit. But we always poor ourselves. But you know, some look like they're doing better. Like people confuse fly for. I remember being young. I thought a nigga who could dress well was rich,
right?
Or a nigga who had good clothes was better off. But he lived in the projects. His mom smoked crack too, but he lived with his grandma. Or like he's up the street. I mean, his mom just ain't smoke crack at the time, but his father did.
Right, and he getting money from his granddad's Social Security.
Yeah. Or his mom just ain't fucked the welfare checkup.
Yeah.
But when Africans came here, of course they was poor too, and it's a culture shock because they didn't know what to do. Right. So of course first of all, we picked on each other. black ass motherfucker, your mom this, your mom smoke crack, you on welfare, yada, yada, yada. We had jokes. That's what we do. And to this, that's still what we do. We are good at insulting other people because we insult ourselves.
Right.
Like, we had a lot of self-hate that we didn't know was hate. So we did a lot of that. And when they came in the mix, they got it because you weird looking to us. You look different from us. You smell different, talk different from us. You know what I mean? And a lot of people grew up with some disdain, and they think that white people, so to them, they think white people never treated me like this.
Right.
I get that part. White people don't treat you like this. I'm saying, but white people put you in your predicament, though. So this is for the realize. White people don't gotta treat you like nothing because you won't live around them. Like when it came in the 80s, white people treat you good because you're not their neighbor. Right. You don't live in the communities.
They only tolerate you when you have to be around.
Yeah, but they didn't notice that them being where it was at was racist in itself. Of course, you and their white people, they mean to you because you will never see them. You're secluded with us. That in itself is racist. They don't get that part. A lot goes into it, and a lot of ignorance plays a part, but I think we all getting smarter now.
Right. So in Africa, it is so underdeveloped. In Uganda, there's no GPS. There's no addresses. No addresses. Like I live over there by that rock. Like, no, literally. And they want to come to America. Where am I getting at? As far as when white America goes to Africa, white Americans, when they go visit Africa, they become the minority. But they're not treated. You know, African Americans have a natural DNA to have like a disdain towards white America. Oh yeah, we had that. Black Americans have that. Yeah, Black Americans. Because we have more hand-to-hand contact with them. Right. Yeah. So there's already a wall. There's like a way I'm going to talk to you. I wish you would come at me a certain way. White Americans don't get that in Africa. Yeah. They like to go to Africa because they're treated like... Or immigrants. Yeah, they're treated like gods because... They're treated like... Because they have white Jesuses. They never did anything. Yes. Yeah, and plus... Like, nothing ever happened. But see, but this is they finna realize they're in poverty because of white people. Like... Yeah, and I explained... And then listen, oh my goodness. And in order the children are being raised to, one day I'm going to go to America. And I said, no, you need to stop thinking like that. And like, stay here and build your own shit. Build up your own thing. And the people from, people from America absolutely need to, we take offense to it. Oh, and white Americans say go back to Africa, we get all mad. But the reality is we do need to go back to Africa. Because in America, you're fighting for land. You're fighting for respect. It's not coming. Remember, we had that discussion about if somebody truly wants to treat you equal, they would hand you weapons, they would hand you money, they would hand you power. They would hand you pure power. Yeah. And that's never going to happen. But in Africa, it's the same thing. But in Africa, they ain't giving power either. Only some people have power. I understand that. Yeah. But at least in Africa, they are handing you land. They're handing you resources. There's fruits and vegetables. Everything is right outside. So hold on. I'll cut you real quick. It's funny how we say Africa as if it's one continent, it's one country. It's not really one country, so we can't speak for all Africa. But it's funny how this thing about white people too. Well, Africa's actually hold on. But you know how we talk about Africa like it's one place, like it's one magical place. White people do the same exact thing to them, and they don't like that. Like, I mean, it's funny because Africa are trying to unite now, but yet Africans can't cross the border to certain countries. As the white people go there, they can just go anywhere they want to. So for them, so for white Americans and Black Americans, Africa is just a playground for we go anywhere. And that, what is that? Asia, like coming into, that's what's happening. Asia coming into certain areas in Africa and trying to regulate. No. The Chinese, so the African governments are partnering with BRICS. BRICS is, Brazil. I think I know. I told you. So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So what they're doing is recolonizing them, but I think China's a little nicer because they give them, instead of like depleting their resources, China's building infrastructure. Well, they're definitely depleting their resources at the same time. Yeah, they is. Pissing on your head and telling you it's raining. Yeah, they definitely are. China's on a new crusade to be number one again. To be frank. But America and Europe made it so easy because they were so brutal to these people. Now China come, listen, we ain't gonna be as hard as them. At least we will give you infrastructure.
as we take from you. As if I suppose America just took and just took and took. Like recently, like 4 or 5 days ago, like maybe a week ago, Kamala Harris was over there not to help Africans, not to build infrastructure. It's only there because China is doing their thing there, and she went there to push the LGBTQ agenda. Africa don't play that.
She should have just stayed home then.
You know, I hate Kamala Harris.
Who is she? I know exactly who she is, but I mean,
this bitch is conveniently,
she hasn't said nothing since. Like,
first of all, no one voted for her. She got shut down.
I believe that.
Biden gave her a lifeline. The bitch is nobody. And no one even voted for Biden. Like, no one voted for Biden, my nigga. Like, let's get that clear. I believe that, too. Nobody voted for Biden.
Who is Biden? I'm still waiting to meet him.
He's a racist.
At least I believe that.
That nigga's a racist.
I believe that.
Now,
when at least we can say Trump came and made a little public announcements or a post at least once or twice a week to say, hey, I'm okay. This is what's going on. This is my opinion. Like, we had a relationship with Trump.
He jumps into entertainment, but it's all entertainment though. Hold on,
but it's not entertainment. That's the way he communicates.
No. All this, Trump and Biden are distractions. Like, they're distractions.
Biden is not a distraction at all.
No, he's not. He's a distraction. Because what's really going on is America is falling, and they're entertainment. They're
God is not pleased.
I was about to go to a whole different tangent. See, you got this.
America is falling.
So America's falling, and Trump is entertainment. That's why he's in jail. It's entertainment. He's not going to jail.
He's not going to jail, and I really feel like
you're really a fan.
This is completely a distraction. It's all a hoax. It's not real. What? Like, okay, so you're pulling up a case now because he's running again. You're pulling up a case concerning his first time running and all the violations. Why didn't you pull that up while he was a president?
But on top of that, statute of limitations is 5 years.
Exactly. It's done.
It was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
This is all distraction.
Fraud.
And on top of that, why fucking Hunter Biden's not going to jail?
And why when he's showing up to the...
No, why Hunter Biden's not going to jail? Isn't he a pedophile? Isn't his laptop full of sexual escapades with children?
Why is he not under the jail?
Exactly. And why Joe Biden's not in jail?
Didn't Joe Biden... Was he a
pedophile?
Yeah, I thought I read that.
He did some weird shit. I don't know, but...
Yeah, we gotta...
Yeah, on top of that,
I saw something
but how about the crime he did to us? How about he targeted and mass incarcerated us? That's a crime.
Right.
I'm offended by it every time I see him.
I'm offended. I'm disgusted. I'm done.
That nigga's a fucking war
Listen,
criminal.
as far as I'm concerned right now, we are the people right now, and we're speaking for ourselves because I have not seen... You can see with your eyes what somebody's doing. I have not seen anything Joe Biden has done.
He did everything so Joe Biden and Obama are team LGBT. That's what they're doing shit for LGBT and immigrants. They team immigrant and team LGBT.
So right, and it's like there are so many other humans that are trying to fight, and it seems like everything is getting overshadowed, and that's all the conversation is and I always say it wrong. LGBT.
BLT.
Yeah, like that's the main topic, and everybody's too focused on sex. That's the problem. Sex, sexuality, relationships. Like,
how is sex political?
How are we overshadowing the reality of that our country is in debt, that we have other countries that are about to already targeting us and trying to set up possibly to have us nuked, and all y'all want to think about is people's sex.
How is that important?
Right. How is that a priority though?
Why? Who gives a fuck? Who you want to suck dick or not? Who cares if you want to suck dick or not?
Huh?
Who business is you want to suck dick behind closed doors or
love God
pussy?
First. Right. That can't be the priority. So this is all a setup. I believe that this lie against Donald Trump is definitely going to just filter. It's gonna be.
But you really pro-Trumping though?
Huh?
You really pro-Trumping?
No, I was pro-Trump from the time when he was president, and I already knew. Did I vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you vote locally?
Vote locally?
Yeah. Do you vote locally?
Yes.
What you vote as?
Oh, that I can't share that.
Why can't you share that?
Because that's my business.
Nigga, you're lying then.
What do you mean I'm lying?
You don't vote locally.
What do you mean?
You don't vote locally, Jamila.
Yes, I do.
When you
said that, I thought you meant do I vote in my city?
What do you? Do you vote in your city?
Yeah.
What do you vote for? What issues?
Oh, you mean like okay?
Nigga, you're lying, motherfucker.
No. I'm not lying. I'm a
what
voter.
Do you vote for? What issues? Who?
That deal with education. What are you talking about? People, I do a lot that has to do with our rights in our justice system. I care about that.
Who's New Haven mayor right now?
Elliker.
Come on,
I would care.
You don't vote. That's fine. Just say that though.
What are you talking about? I don't vote. Yes, I do.
Who's the last mayor?
Tony Hart. What are you talking about?
All right.
Don't come for me. That's real weird.
I don't think you vote though.
I vote.
What do you vote for?
First of all, I vote according to people's characters. I vote for people actually moving as true leaders and people really showing up and doing what they're saying that they're gonna do, and then really seeing people. I'm in the streets. So
are you liberal or conservative?
I don't want to get into all that.
No. Ask your question. Are you liberal?
No, because I don't know. It might depend on how it might depend on how I feel that
day. Are you liberal or conservative?
It might depend on what the subject matter is.
You know the difference?
I know. I have a good idea of what the difference is.
So what's your idea? What's the difference?
Okay, so liberal, I want to say it has to do with like allowing things to evolve in a new way, like allowing a change to happen. If it's for the good or the positive, and conservative to like kind of keep things the way they are. So conservatives are more like traditional. Yeah, traditional. Liberals are more LGBTQ immigrants. Right, it depends on the subject. Immigrants. So are you pro immigrant, illegal immigrant, or immigrant in general? I don't have a problem with immigrants, honestly, because I have a problem with Americans going to Mexico and getting killed. So my whole thing is, I don't have a problem with immigrants, but I just think that everything should be done like legally and properly, and that we definitely should not try to like destroy African American culture and then exalt any other an immigrant is what I'm absolutely not. This is my thing I don't like about immigrants, or even Spanish culture. So this is what I don't like about illegal immigrants. Mm-hmm. Right, illegal immigrants. I don't like illegal immigrants. Right, because I don't like illegal immigrants because they come here with a different attitude. Like I'm saying, they watch TV, and most people who come here want to assimilate with white supremacy. Mm-hmm. So that means they come here. It's more people for them. So white people is an umbrella of like 44 different nations. I can give you how many ethnicities there are white people, but I know it's 44 nations because Africa is 54. So yeah. So when people come here, right, everyone gets a leg up over it. Everyone can assimilate to whiteness. I have a problem with that because then you're oppressing me. You come here, you being CEOs, you get to be mayors, you get to be judges. You get taking on that racist mentality. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's what immigrants do. I have a problem with that. Illegal immigrants. That's why I have a problem with illegal immigrants because they come here and uphold white supremacy. Right. Cheap labor upholds white supremacy. If they wasn't here, they have to pay the people to buy them more. Illegal immigrants come in, they cut throats. Right. They work for cheaper because, okay, a hair might be pennies, but in their country it's $10. Right. You know what I'm saying? I have a problem with that. Because you're not loyal here. And it's a selfish thing you're doing. You don't care about the natives. Right, when you take on that mentality. So when y'all eat, I starve. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have don't have a care. A care in the world about it. See what I'm saying? You could die. Go ahead, starve. We don't care. Nose I just want to feed my family, but crazy. So they want to feed their families at the expense of our families. I agree, it happens. And then they come here, and that is the reason. Listen. I know I'm just looking at the thing. So anyway, like seeing yourself, the skin kind of glowing. I said, "Oh, flick." Yeah. So that is the reason why I said it might not be so bad to accept that invitation to Africa. That's the reason why, because it's not. No. I'm not saying everyone. Okay, me favorite class. Can you give me order, please? I'm not saying everyone, but what I'm saying is how long is enough? Because the reality is you're not about to be handed power. It's not about to be shared. Give me water too. Oh, of course I want water. Always. So say it again. You're not about from racist white America. You're not. Thank you. You're not about. Thank you. Shout out to the management team. The management. Yeah. We're not about engineering. Yep. Management, engineering, audio engineering manager. Great job. So what you're saying? What I'm saying is when at what place do we draw the line and say that enough is enough? Because the reality is the things that we're fighting for, we're getting the exact opposite. We're like, well, give me an example. Okay, so we're fighting for education, right? And we want more money for a shout out to Faith Acts, but we're trying to get more funds for education, and when the funds come, none of them reach the community, none of them reach the charter schools. We're voting, we're pulling people together. What I'm saying is the things that we are supposed to, even where it's written, it says we have a right to, are not even being handed to us. Oh yes, immigrants getting it. Yes. Immigrants are getting it. Other
the BLT is getting it.
The LGBT is getting it. Everybody's getting it, other than the minorities.
Yes,
so
and we fought for it.
It's not gonna happen. Is
and
what I'm trying to say. We fought for it.
No.
But
we didn't fight for new things though. See all that.
Whoa. So see, that's part of the problem. How am I gonna begin to fight for a new thing if I didn't even get the old thing?
Because the old thing is being interfered, it's being intercepted.
So isn't that gonna be discouraging?
What's discouraging?
Discouraging meaning, where am I going to find the zeal? Where am I going to find where am I going to find the strength within me to fight for a new thing when everything that I fought for I've been denied?
Well, everything you fought for, you got to fight for. See, this is the thing. See, this is how they fooled us. See, in the 60s and 50s, they named it civil rights. I don't know where the fuck civil rights came from. It should have been called Negro rights. Well, instead of calling, we see names and things and words are important. These are games. So when you say civil right, even though only blacks fought for them, civil means, what the fuck civil mean?
Community, yeah.
What does civil mean?
Civilian.
Civil, so anybody. So, okay, you fought for civil rights, which is stupid. We're going to give white women civil rights. We're going to give immigrants civil rights. And we're going to make you share your resources. Instead of we would call it Negro rights, it would have been exclusive. So we don't make things exclusive for us. So when I say fight for new things, fight for exclusivity. Black Americans want so-and-so. We want to be in the schools. We fight because we ain't fight for nobody else but us.
Right.
I mean, don't confuse it. MLK was on some bullshit, kind of, sort of. But kind of, sort of. Yeah, really.
I get what people are saying.
But don't get me wrong. No. See, it's different. It's different.
Yeah, there's
degrees and times of MLK.
Yeah.
His last few days, he was on some real nigga shit. But in the beginning, he's on some let's stand together type shit. Which I get it because at the time, it was something new, and we kind of need allies.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
What always happens is our allies always turn on us.
Right.
Our allies is always our enemies.
Right.
So what?
That's all I'm saying.
Nah, but what I'm getting to you is
how many times we gotta get stabbed in the back to
but
realize
what I'm telling you is we gotta fight for new things. We gotta fight for exclusivity. We gotta fight for everything we put on it. It can't be we can't name shit minorities. We're not minority. We can't say people of color. All that shit is dead because every time we do minorities, people of color, the gays get things, white women get things, Mexicans get, Latinos get things, Asians get things, and we never get nothing. We always the last thing. So we gotta put black first.
All type of people getting reparations is foreigners.
So we gotta put black American first. Right. We should be fighting for black American exclusivity back in the 50s and 60s. We would have got more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's
right.
what
gotta stand on it. That's what that term stand on it. Like, know what you want, declare it, and then stand on it. Right. It can't just be so soft and accepting of everybody joining in, other races and say,
that's infiltration. Inclusion is infiltration.
Right. That's what hurt us.
And we don't need no immigrants. We don't need no black immigrants. We don't need no.
They could start their own fight.
Yeah, in their own countries, not in our country.
In their respective places.
Yeah, So we don't need Caribbeans.
And you want to know what's really interesting? I've had white Americans tell me that they experienced slavery. Their former generations of white Americans have also experienced slavery, and therefore are they also gonna have access to reparations? I thought that was
Ireland?
insane.
Irish?
Maybe they were Irish, but at that moment, all I looked at was white faces, and I was so confused. Like, I'm surprised you would actually bring that up.
The first slave owner in America was black.
Our first person of note is Anthony Johnson, who was born in Angola and captured by Portuguese slave traders, and he was given the name Antonio. The Virginia muster, or census, of 1624 lists his name as Antonio, not given, and he was recorded as a Negro, indentured. Technically, he was not a slave, because the slave laws were not passed until 1661 in Virginia, so prior to that date, Africans were not officially considered to be slaves in that colony. Around 1635, Antonio and Mary completed their indentured servitude, and Antonio changed his name to Anthony Johnson. He first entered the legal record as an unindentured free man when he purchased a calf in 1647. On July 24, 1651, Johnson acquired 250 acres of land under the existing headright system when he bought the contracts of 5 indentured servants. In 1854, John Cassor, who had been sentenced to indentured service for life for his escaping a previous owner in 1640, filed a suit against Johnson, claiming his indentured service had expired, and he went to work for Robert and George Parker. Johnson filed a freedom suit to get Castro back, but Parker won. What is amazing in retrospect was that Johnson, a black man, was not only able to file a petition to the court, but he was able to testify and give evidence in the court, which illustrates the rather egalitarian system in place at that time. However, Johnson appealed to the County Court of Northampton County, Virginia, and the court reversed its ruling and sent Castro back to Johnson in 1855, and Parker was forced to pay Johnson compensation. Then Castro made history, as he was probably the first person who was declared slave for life in Virginia. That means that his black owner, Anthony Johnson, was probably the very first slave owner in all of the colonies, himself a black man. There were both black and white indentured servants, the whites being the most Irish of all, who, like the blacks, were also sentenced to lifetime servitude before Castro's case. The difference was that the whites could eventually purchase their freedom in most cases. Therefore, Anthony Johnson was apparently not only the first African American whose right to own a slave for life was recognized in the colonies, he was therefore technically the first actual legal slave owner, regardless of being black or white, as established by the Virginia court. Soon afterwards, slavery was legal in all of the colonies.
The first slave owner in America.
I think I'm related to him.
You related to him? Well, if you related to him, I am too.
Because he's from Virginia. His name is Johnson. McGill and Johnson is like Dardens and James. So my people come from Virginia.
And just to clarify, it was shared with me that it was not the Africans who actually sold the Africans into slavery. It was the Arabians that had guns. And that is the reason why their countries are so built up now, is because the Arabians had guns. They went and got Africans and they sold them to Europeans. And then the Europeans purchased their own guns and then came into Africa and X'd out the middleman and started to take their own slaves.
So the first slave owner in America was a black man named his name was Anthony Johnson. First slave owner.
First of all, how he the first black man having slaves? Why was his name Anthony? What was his name before that?
He was from Africa. Like,
no way. No.
Yo, y'all look it up. Y'all look it up. No. But I'm talking about the first official, because everybody before him it was like indentured servitude. Like even the first Africans came born here, there wasn't slaves. There was indentured service. That was in 1619. There wasn't slaves. Even though we say we were slaves from 1619, we wasn't. It was indentured service. Now when it come to
do you know that slavery? We're gonna do another segment because there's actually a level of slavery happening right here in America today. I want to say it's in Nashville, and I'm gonna
yeah. No, but slavery never stopped in America. Is different type? You got sex slaves right now. Right now on Welly Avenue behind Westville, behind Dunkin' Donuts. You have Asians being they in the sex trade. They're prostitutes. They come from Asia and they gotta work a certain amount of years to get their papers. Yo, if you go on Skip the Gangs right now, Skip the Gangs is where prostitutes go to sell pussy. In every city and town, have Asians selling pussy. In every town in America, they're big on the sex slave. That's a whole different type about Asians criminality and shit, because we always gonna peck the fucking agents, even though they're criminals. But this thing is about this though. What's getting at
never mind.
Hold on, so bring me back. What you say? You said something before that was
about
perfect.
Nashville.
Nah.
Slavery.
Before that. I'm talking about the Arabs. Oh. So the Arabs, aka the Muslims, did start the slave trade. And not only type of that, the Arabs. Hold on, but not just the Muslims are too. Because the Arabs was also Christians, not Christians, Hebrews or Jews. So Arabia is where the Jews come from. There was in a slave trade too before the white people got to it. Now the Moors were Christian blacks and Muslim blacks who set up shop in Spain. First universities, to give them plumbing. They civilized Europe basically first. Talking about alcohol and shit. They started the slave trade on East and West, but they gave it to the white people. You know what I'm saying? Now, there were African, there was black. Africans did play a part in capturing, because before... I
mean, if somebody gonna put you to work like that, or you gonna die,
but slavery wasn't as... So shadow slavery did exist before then. Usually slavery was you be part of the family, or you be like Difference between Irish slavery and chattel slavery that we experienced is that they got free one day, or they were slaved by the Viking. Like they don't got nothing to do with America though, and there's no Viking nation that's still up. Even the African nations who slaved us, they didn't exist before. But America is a continuation of slavery.
Right. Absolutely.
That's the difference between
it's literally the evolution of slavery, and just like
So when they tell you that we were slaves too, you were slaves when and for how long was you slaves, and was you shadow slaves? Right. Like, and when you were slaves, was your daughter slave? Was your son slave?
Right.
How much for 17 generations? Right. That's the difference.
Too many.
See, y'all was slave for maybe a generation or maybe 7 years, but we were slave for 17 generations. And on top of that, when we wasn't slaves, we still was oppressed by Jim Crow up until the 1960s, 70s. Jim Crow was the 70s, 60s. And on top of that, after Jim Crow stopped, what they did? They gave us heroin, they gave us coke, they gave us AIDS, and they still had us in red lines in the projects. They never desegregated us. America is still segregated. We still in the projects. They still in the suburbs. They never gave the suburbs back. You know what I'm saying? They never put white people in the projects. You know what I'm saying? Like, so reparations is a deep conversation, man. People don't know what it really is. People think it's money.
I believe the African Americans reparations might happen, maybe at like a 70%, but that 30 is real strong, you know.
But we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful about reparations, though. We can't say we want money. They print money. They make money from.
Money at this point.
No, we can't say money.
Money, the power, the resources.
Power, resources, infrastructure. So we need gold. Fuck the money. You can't print gold.
They don't even got gold.
But they can pay us in gold. And pay us in land, too. Did you know the first
house... They work off of us? Like, how do you build off of us, I'm saying, and then lose everything? You know how I feel? Let me tell you something. You know how a chick give a man her income tax, and he go in, mess the money up? Like, I just gave you the whole income tax. That's how I feel as an African American. You just worked. You know what's funny? You say that is?
Yeah, my baby mom seen me when I came home from jail the first time back in like 07. She gave me whole income tax.
And you mess it up?
Hell no! I got a kilo. I'm about to say. She made $5,000. I got a kilo in like 2 months. I'm different.
Lord bless them.
I give her money back. I'm a little different from a little, but that was then though. But what I'm saying to you is this though: reparations. So people want money for reparations. California talking about $5 million, which is dumb. It's a start, yes. The conversation is necessary, but we have to be clear what reparations is. So when now we're at 13%. That number is inflated because you can't say we're 13%. We keep letting immigrants in to keep our numbers at 13%. So I think they owe us a quarter. I think we quarter the population because without immigrants, without immigrants and birth control, we'd have had 100 million people.
Right, easy.
Because 50 million people, 70 million babies was aborted by black women.
Wow. So Planned Parenthood, feminism. Right.
So Planned Parenthood and feminism go hand in hand. So that's how it go. At first, black women
is definitely confused.
Yeah, it's that independent. It's that I'm a boss chick.
No, yeah.
It's I don't need a man.
Self-destruction.
It's all that unaccountability shit. It's self-destruction. Every woman needs a misogynist man.
Right, because I need a massage.
In this man. You need massage in this man. In this man, I'm saying. Massage in this man. But I'm just kidding. Feminism is a tool that used black women to stop having children. Feminism was in concert with the LGBT, which is LGBT is still pro-abortion. It's still
and music because they try to lead women who are music artists to not have children, to not represent family.
Oprah Winfrey.
Talk about aborting their children.
Yeah. Everything is used against us.
Right.
And woman, that's what I'm saying.
And it goes right back to what you talked about. What was that? The putting it on the TV.
It's brainwashing.
Brainwashing.
It's media brainwashing. It's media
brainwashing. It's causing division. It's causing us to fail. People are so stuck in media that they literally create a world in a video game and won't even get up and make money in real life. But in the video game world, they're rich. They're not moving. Their body is becoming sick. They're not taking care of their health. They're losing their mind. They're becoming bipolar, schizophrenic, and all type of bisexual, all type of sexuality.
By dumb shit.
Trapped in their mind.
Yeah.
Whatever they're becoming they're not becoming is the point.
Yeah.
And again, that's all a part of genocide.
Yeah. Genocide.
We have to stand up and take, you know, I feel like all African Americans, or, you know, whatever you want, the minorities.
No, say African Americans. No. We'll do
African Americans. Yeah, need to definitely purchase land in Africa. We need to start building in Africa.
That's the bait and switch too.
Okay, but my point is,
we can't buy land in Africa. We can't buy land.
You're trying to build on a land that has a history of being
I'm not trying to buy
slavery.
land. No. I'm trying to take over his land.
Okay, but in an infrastructure that has been already preset to, and this is what 17 later generations of slavery here. And you're trying.
I'm not trying to be within the system. I'm trying to break the system. That's gotta be that gotta be the goal of all black people. All black. See, this is the thing about black people worldwide. What we gotta do. We can't be content with a job and working. We have to focus on breaking the whole system.
Okay, so in order to
break the whole system,
if you want,
it ain't hard to do.
Listen, that you gotta deal with people's minds for that. You have to get into somebody. You have that weird education. People. I am somebody. That's what podcasts are for. And I am somebody who has a very strong heart for education. Now, thank God for 90 Days to God, the book that God blessed me to write.
You still promoting that book?
Huh?
You still promoting that book?
Because I had somebody run up on me today at the library and tell me about how it blessed them and how it changed their life because it helped them to put their mind. 90 Days to God helps a person to overcome trauma and then move forward in their decisions.
So chapter 1 of what's about chapter 1?
So actually, I explained to you some steps we're about to take. And so you understand the steps, and then each day I'm talking to you. I'm like your encouragement. I'm just talking to you each day. So it's 90 days of me just saying, listen, you know, whatever. If you lost everything, don't get discouraged. You probably lost it already in the past. This time you might lose it, but God is gonna bring it back. You're actually being transformed in your mind right now. Now you're not gonna fall for the setup. You're not gonna fall for what you fell for in the darkness. You're being made.
Basically, it's encouragement.
It's encouragement, but it's encouragement along the way of me already sharing with you a new thought process that's gonna give you victory. So the first page. Okay, so I can say A is arrows, right? 90 Days to God is based on arrows. A, you're asking God for whatever you want to ask him for. Not limiting anything because he put the desires in your heart. R, you're resisting temptation.
Stop. I can't let you talk about God up here.
Okay, you're resisting the devil.
No, you gotta stop.
Oh,
because all that's brainwashing.
I'm almost finished.
No, but all that's part of the brainwashing.
But you just asked me what's the first page.
This is what you're doing though. You're still spreading brainwash. You're still spreading destruction. Though.
It's for worshiping and praising.
This is crazy about Christianity. And it's positive and negative.
No, because you wanna know what? I don't like that. Listen, I wouldn't cut you off if you wanted.
But I can't let you mislead people.
But that's not misleading.
I can't let you promote
because there are individuals who want to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, but not about Christianity though.
Yes, they do.
You can't.
There are individuals. You have to allow people to speak.
I can't allow you to speak on some bullshit.
W for worship and praise, and S for standing to see the salvation. Well, anyway, so my point is,
you can't worship. No.
To see the salvation.
So I don't recommend you to get her book.
Get my book because it's a miracle for your life.
There's no 90 ways
to God. My book is 90 days. Yes.
There's no.
Yes,
God.
It is. Oh my gosh! People know that there is a God. Even your listeners know that there is a God.
No, I mean, I have no listeners.
What do you mean? Yo, yes, you do. What do you mean you have no listeners? Exactly, he has no listeners. So wait, I'm talking to my listeners.
No, I don't have listeners.
I'm talking to I have listeners.
No, I have people who think like me.
No, and listen, you got to remember when Jamila Forever's on your podcast.
Yeah, God is here.
There are people. Yeah, God is here.
But you misleading the people to the fire.
No,
again.
there are people who I'm telling you.
So Jamila, can I ask you a question?
There's testimony of.
Okay, but can I ask you a question?
It's already proven.
Can I ask you a question?
It worked.
During slavery.
And it's going to keep working.
What did they take from us?
I don't know what was taken from you.
No.
I don't know what you lost, but I got
what was taken from slaves.
I got what was taken.
No, tell me what was taken from slaves.
Okay, you talking about, I have my identity.
No, what was taken from slaves?
Freedom? What do you mean, identity? What?
Identity, freedom.
I have my identity.
Language, spirituality.
I have my
What was given to you?
God, in the beginning,
They gave you God. They gave you God.
And the word was no. They didn't give me God. God gave me. No, God gave himself.
You don't speak your real language. You speaking the devil's language. You speaking a personal language.
I speak in tongues.
So you continue.
I speak in tongues.
But you continue.
That's my spiritual language.
Yo, you're a good person, and I know you're a good person.
You too. I know you're a good person.
But you do know you're spreading the devil.
No, you're. I have to always come up here and communicate with you at your level of understanding of God. And I don't mind doing that because I love you, number one.
I love you too, but the thing is this, though. There is no God.
Okay, according to your understanding.
According to your understanding. You know.
No, that's not according to
you
my
do
understanding.
know.
I know that there's a God.
Your preacher knows no God. The deacon knows no God.
You're talking, whoa. You're talking to somebody who's... God has used me.
No, he hasn't. He doesn't exist to use you. You did.
I have a relationship with God.
So what's your
and he's used me to do things.
So are you from Africa? Are you from India? So
let me tell you something, huh?
Yeah. What are you?
Am I from Africa?
What's your roots?
Know where I'm from. I'm from the hill.
Okay. Check it out.
Yes,
there's certain things in you.
Historically.
Certain things in you that's just in you. That's great. It manifests itself without you even knowing it.
Correct.
God is not one of them things God was given to you.
No, God is absolutely. Let me tell you something. Then why is it so?
I'm gonna talk about God.
And I'm not talking, huh? And I'm not talking. We're gonna, guys, because I gotta go to prayer.
All right.
But
you gotta go at 7. Oh,
there has been many instances in my life where God has spoken something to me, given me that.
That was you.
I asked him, was it him?
That was you.
And he said yes. Peter said, Jesus, God, is that you? If it's you, make me come. God said, yeah, it's me. Come on.
He's making it back.
He walked on water. He walked on water. So what I'm trying to say is I've had many Peter experiences where I said, God, is that you? And he said, yes, take this step, that step, and that step. And I took the steps. And he confirmed it was him. So God is real. 90 Days to God is real.
Do not buy
Get the book on Amazon. Jamila Forever James.
Do not buy that motherfucker.
Get that book.
Because she's part of
the
problem.
Me. Listen, y'all gonna watch. Listen, y'all mark my words. Hurt Me. This one y'all looking at right now, he is gonna be a product of 90 Days to God. He already in it. He don't even know it. That's the dope thing about 90 Days to God. Individuals don't even know that God is blessing them and transforming them and healing them. They don't even see it yet. But he's gonna be on this podcast and he's gonna say, y'all know what? Hallelujah. God is real. Amen.
All right, man.
I got to go to prayer.
Cut off now.